Hi, and welcome back to this week's video. If you've never been here before, I'm Megan J, and I make random YouTube videos about whatever I feel like, and then I'll typically post them on Wednesday. So as everybody knows, the cost of food in the last few years has gone up immensely. Some things have doubled, if not tripled. I wanted to see if I could actually make an entire dinner from nothing but items from the Dollar Tree. And I'm going to be staying away from easy things like peanut butter, tuna, pasta and pasta sauce, Kraft dinner, because you still need milk and butter to make that. So I want to see if I can make a semi-nutritious meal of nothing but items from the Dollar Tree. Now, as you have to remember, I am Canadian, so the Canadian Dollar Tree is different than the American Dollar Tree. American Dollar Tree has some perishable items, like fridge and freezer items. We don't have that here. We have two aisles in our Dollar Tree that is food items. One is like snack and candy, and the other one is like pantry items. And they have bread. I believe it's like day-old bread. That is the only perishable item that they carry, is bread. I do check out the Dollar Tree like probably once or twice a month to see what items they've got in, because they do clear things that are going to be expiring within a month or two that are really good products. I've gotten almond butter in there, the best almond butter I have ever had in my life, because it was a discontinued flavor and it was expiring in 2 months. The little jar at the grocery store cost $10 and I got it at Dollar Tree for $2. Let's see if we can make a semi-nutritious dinner out of nothing but items from the Dollar Tree. Welcome to the Dollar Tree. We are going to check out the bread rack first with a super score of D'Italiano buns. We are going to grab some British style baked beans, and yep, these have gone up to $2, which sucks, but inflation, what can you do? We're going to grab some real fruit watermelon juice. That sounds amazing. Some long grade parboiled rice. Some garlic and herb all-purpose seasoning, which is a great deal at $1.50. As you can see, the Dollar Tree has tons of options. Some are healthier than others, and there really is truly some garbage food here. But if you really look, there really are some hidden gems that are significantly cheaper than the grocery store, so I highly recommend checking back often. This is the one item that I could find that was a vegetable that wasn't canned mushrooms. Alright, the grand total of that bill was $10.77. If I take off the sun-dried tomatoes, which was the only vegetable that I could find that wasn't a canned mushroom, which I can't have because I'm allergic to, it would only be $8.77. And I think this is enough to feed probably 2 adults and maybe 1 kid, or 3 not so hungry adults. All right, we're back from the Dollar Tree. I definitely think some of these items that I got at the Dollar Tree, you could maybe do a little bit better on pricing at the regular grocery store if the items are on sale, like these canned beans. Sometimes I can get these for $1 or $1.50 at the grocery store if they're on sale, but not always. Used to be able to get them for like 70 cents. So now your question probably is, well, that is an odd assortment of things. What is she gonna make with that? Well, let me tell you. If you're British, you've probably had beans on toast. It's quite delicious. You should try it sometime if you haven't. So I'm going to make beans on toast burgers. So kind of like a sloppy joe, but with beans instead of meat. But you still get your protein, a little bit anyways. And then we're going to make, as a side dish, rice with garlic and herb seasoning. And then for our beverage, we are going to have watermelon juice. So let's get this started. Future editing Megan here, and I realized I didn't mention what I was going to do with the sun-dried tomatoes. I was just planning on putting them on top of the rice, so there's some sort of vegetable. For this experiment, I will be using absolutely nothing but these items from the Dollar Tree. So the first thing we're going to get started with is the rice, because that will take the longest to cook. I believe it takes 25 minutes, so let's get that started. Okay, I washed my rice. And now I'm going to add the water. If you're wondering what the humming sound is, that is my refrigerator. It is the original refrigerator of this apartment. and I believe it's from like the 70s. Still works really, really well, but it's a little bit loud. All right, so we have our water in the rice, and now we are going to season it with some all-purpose garlic and herb seasoning. Is that okay for rice? I don't know, but that was pretty much the only thing that was not like garlic powder. And I didn't want to buy a bunch of seasonings, and this is a bunch of seasonings in one. It actually smells quite delightful. Am I going to measure it? No, I'm going to eyeball it. Will that probably end badly? Probably. Just going to sprinkle that in there like that. And then we're going to turn the heat on. That's the wrong burner. We're going to turn the heat on to a medium heat, and we're going to bring that to a boil. Next, we are going to fire up the front burner for the frying pan, which I'm going to do the baked beans in. Because I'm hoping that if I kind of pan fry them, they'll get a little bit crispy. Probably not, because that's probably not what they do, but we're gonna try that. Put that on a medium heat as well. I also need to get the lid for the rice, so hang on. Don't need the lid yet, but we will need the lid soon. Also, the lid's kind of needing a wash. I'm gonna wash that before I use it. You may possibly be wondering, hey, what's that third pot for? Well, my friend, that is for the only vegetable in the place that I could find that wasn't canned mushrooms and that wouldn't kill me. So apparently these required to be blanched for 2 minutes in boiling water before I can eat them. I'm probably not going to suggest buying these, and it would bring the cost down considerably. Trying to make it a healthy, balanced meal. So that'll be like one of the last things we do. But while we're waiting for everything else to heat up and boil, we can add the water to that pot. We added the water to the pot. This has just started to boil, so I'm going to pop that lid on there. And then I'm going to reduce the heat to let it simmer and set a timer for 25 minutes. I am going to toast the buns, but I won't do that until closer to plating. Next thing on the agenda was to remove the $2 sticker that was on the top. And pop that sucker open with my can opener. I like to open cans with it. Put my handy dandy can opener away, back where she belongs, so that I can find it in the future, because I've done that to myself before. Put it somewhere else, and then you're like, where's the can opener? Can't find it. I live here by myself. Can't blame anybody but me. So we've got a nice heated pan. We are going to add our beans. That is probably a little bit too hot, so we're going to reduce that a little bit. And we're going to grab our spatula. Just kind of push that around a little bit in there. Smells like beans. And we're just gonna let that cook and get nice and warm and toasty. While I'm waiting, I don't have any ice, so I'm gonna pop this watermelon juice in the freezer to hopefully chill it a little bit before I drink it, because I like things to be cold and not room temperature, especially when it's like a fruit juice drink. Oh God, those smell terrible. Is that edible? All right, well, let's just take 2 of these out of there then. Smells like a foot. I had sun-dried tomatoes before. They don't usually smell footy. Our water is fully boiling. Now we'll take our foot-smelling tomatoes and we'll pop those suckers in the boiling water for 2 minutes, and I'll just set a timer on my watch. Now we are going to put the oven on to broil, because I am going to toast my lovely soft bun. The tomatoes are done. Still smells like foot. 1 and yum. 2. Thinking back now, I don't cook with sun-dried tomatoes very often, like almost never. I probably should have blanched those tomatoes, cut them, and then put them in the rice. But I didn't do that, and now it's a little bit too late to do that. They're just gonna be our garnish. We've got our nicely toasted buns that are quite warm and kind of burning my hands, but here we go. She's done. I'm gonna let the rice sit for like 4 or 5 minutes, but that'll be enough time to plate everything else and get it all ready. Ow, my elbow! I whacked it on the hot pan! Oh God, that hurt. All right, and then we're gonna take that and we're gonna plop that right onto the burger. Spread it on the bun. Top that with our bun topper. There you have your burger. And we will pour that into our glass. Watermelon juice. I probably could have used way more seasoning, but it's hard to tell how potent those seasonings are gonna be. Let's make this a nice and pretty little display. We'll top it with our foot-scented garnish of sun-dried tomatoes. There is our Dollar Tree dinner. Now the most important part, does it taste good? I'm very not looking forward to trying this sun-dried tomato because it's actually quite wrecking the rice smell for me, because the rice smells quite good, but then it has the foot smell on top and it's not what you want. So we'll try that first and we can wash it down with the watermelon juice if it's really terrible. So we'll get a little bit of sun-dried tomato and we'll get a little bit of rice. Dollar Tree dinner. Okay, the sun-dried tomato's not very good, but the rice is pretty good. We're gonna omit that. I've actually never had that before. That is quite delightful. Watermelon juice. Delicious. Let's try another bite of rice without the sun-dried tomato. It could have used more seasoning, but it's cooked and it tastes pretty good. Now on to the main course. Some of you are going to look at this and be like, that looks absolutely disgusting. British bean burger. And that is absolutely delicious. I am going to sit down and attempt to figure out roughly the math on exactly how much this plate costs to give a per serving cost, but this is actually quite a delicious meal and it's not horribly unnutritious. Can you make an entire dinner from Dollar Tree in Canada? Yes, you can, depending on what your Dollar Tree has in stock that day, because it changes all the time. But yes you can. Do I recommend it? No, it's not really the best bang for your buck. You can do a little bit better at the grocery store, but there are some things at Dollar Tree that are the cheapest you can find anywhere. I have made worse meals than this that have cost more, by the way, too. I give the meal, if I take off the ugly, horrible sun-dried tomatoes, I give this meal a solid 6 out of 10. It's quite delicious. Just because you can make an entire dinner from the Dollar Tree doesn't mean you should. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, go ahead and smash that like button and click that notification bell so you never miss an episode. And of course, if you haven't already, subscribe, because I'll be back next Wednesday